Once upon a time in the quaint village, there lived a kind, old, and skillful woodcarver named Geppetto. He was renowned for crafting the most exquisite wooden toys, each with a unique personality and charm. However, he longed for a child of his own, someone to love and cherish like a real father. One fateful day, when he was in his small workshop, he decided to carve a puppet with all his love, affection, and longing, giving it rosy cheeks, bright blue eyes, and mischievous smile, and named the puppet Pinocchio. As Geppetto held Pinocchio in his arms for the first time, he wished with all his heart that the puppet could become a real boy. To his surprise, the Blue Fairy, who had been watching over Geppetto, was touched by his genuine love and decided to grant his wish. "Pinocchio," she said, "if you prove yourself to be brave, truthful, and selfless, I shall turn you into a real boy." Elated by the prospect of becoming a real boy, Pinocchio embarked on a journey to prove himself worthy. But life's challenges were not easy for a naive and mischievous puppet. His first adventure led him to a group of mischievous boys, led by the cunning fox and the sly cat. They lured Pinocchio into joining their circus, where he was adored for his acrobatic skills. However, Pinocchio soon discovered their true intentions. They were scheming to steal all his earnings. Fortunately, the Blue Fairy appeared once more to warn Pinocchio of the fox and the cat's deceitful ways. Realizing his mistake, Pinocchio decided to return home to Geppetto. But in his haste, he fell into the clutches of Stromboli, a wicked puppeteer who saw Pinocchio's potential as a star attraction in his puppet show. Days turned into nights, and Pinocchio found himself trapped in Stromboli's caravan. The Blue Fairy, seeing Pinocchio's good heart and desire to change, appeared before him. She told him, "If you speak the truth and prove your remorse, I will help you escape this place." Pinocchio confessed to his mistakes and admitted his longing to be with Geppetto. The Blue Fairy, touched by his honesty, used her magic to set him free. On his journey back home, Pinocchio encountered temptation again, this time in the form of Pleasure Island. This mysterious land offered boundless fun and freedom for boys. But little did they know that once they indulged in pleasure and mischief, they would turn into donkeys. Pinocchio, despite his previous experiences, allowed himself to be drawn in by the allure of Pleasure Island. As he spent time there, Pinocchio began to transform into a donkey. He realized the gravity of his mistakes when he saw his friend Lampwick turning into a full-grown donkey. Determined to escape his fate, Pinocchio narrowly avoided a similar fate by jumping into the sea and eventually washed ashore back in Geppetto's village. Back home, Pinocchio was horrified to find that Geppetto was missing. He learned that his father had set out to search for him and got swallowed by a monstrous whale known as Monstro. Driven by guilt and a newfound sense of responsibility, Pinocchio embarked on a dangerous quest to save Geppetto. With the help of his faithful conscience, Jiminy Cricket, and the kind-hearted Blue Fairy, Pinocchio dove into the treacherous waters to confront Monstro. Inside the belly of the beast, Pinocchio found Geppetto trapped alongside other unfortunate souls. He devised a daring plan to free them all and escape. In a thrilling battle, Pinocchio and his friends managed to outwit the monstrous whale and escape to safety. The Blue Fairy, witnessing Pinocchio's courage and selflessness, decided he had proven himself worthy of becoming a real boy. As the village clock struck midnight, she used her magic to transform Pinocchio into a living, breathing boy. With tears of joy in his eyes, Geppetto embraced his now real son. Pinocchio had learned the value of truth, bravery, and selflessness through his trials and adventures. He had grown into a kind, compassionate, and genuine boy, and his transformation was complete. From that day forward, Pinocchio lived a happy life with Geppetto, Jiminy Cricket, and the Blue Fairy by his side. He became an example to the children of the village, teaching them the importance of honesty and courage. And so, the wooden puppet named Pinocchio found his way to becoming a real boy and lived happily ever after.